What up? It's your boy AD, and that's all day. I'm in the spot. Today, I'm gonna make a little quick video talking about the young protests and basically giving my whole little example of why I don't think it's really a good idea for people to be out there protesting and doing what they do. First of all, I may sound a little lazy right now because I did just get through eating some nachos and it's finna be on my food channel, so I'm kind of like, in that like little lazy state right now. But man, how am I gonna start this? Because there's so many things to talk about when it comes to this. But the main things to really talk about is the first thing we gotta understand is they've been hyping this up for a while. The media. A lot of the reasons why things happen in our life is because media promotes it. See, the media and the governments are pretty much working together. I know a lot of people may not notice this, but it's common sense because notice how everything be on the same page. Notice how, oh, these people are saying this media station is saying this. Notice how all the media stations say the same thing. I mean, there's videos literally out exposing how they all read the same exact scripts and say it word for word. I'm not lying. I'm dead serious. You will be mind blown if you've seen it. It'll wake people up because it shows like, hold on, this supposed to be the news. So why is it so? Because what black people gotta understand is that they don't care about us. They making you think they do, but they don't. I mean, it's not a coincidence, like I said before, that this happened right after the CV, which is also not real either. If anyone had any sense, they would notice that CV is not real. They just lied and said it was to do the things that they've been wanting to do. Like, what people don't understand is they've been wanting to lock us up, keep us broke and poor for the longest. That's what they want. They don't want us to be happy and living free. That's why as time goes on, things are getting worse. Technology might become a little better, but notice that the people are in general and life in general has really gotten worse when you really think about it. And this is all planned. See, the reason why they all gotta, I mean, it doesn't make any sense why people want to get all up in arms over this when it's been going on forever. I mean, how many people do I have to name that's been done wrong? And I know some people might come out and say, oh, well, it was on the camera, it was for everybody else to see, but it doesn't matter. It's proven that if these things did happen, we already know a lot of black men died over bull, period. So why all of a sudden now is it so important? Right after when CV was supposed to be being lifted. You see, and notice how once the protest started, notice that all of a sudden a lot of riots happened, which were people. A lot of people were provocateuring that. See, a lot of these movements are ran by fake people. I seen a video on World Star the other day where they were showing this dude who was a black man, and he was talking about how the black community or the movement, Black Lives Matter movement, has been infiltrated, is true. It's not really for us. It's not. You know, I mean, like I said, that type of stuff happens all the time. It doesn't make no sense that everybody across the country and the world is tripping over this. It just shows you how the media has that much control over people's minds, and it shows you how people don't know how to think for themselves. I mean, I even heard them on the media today on the news because I've been watching TV media news for years. Okay, so I know exactly. I mean, this is the same media who's making you believe that they like black folks. This is the same media that literally disrespected us and talked mess about us for I don't know how many years and putting us on blast and making us look bad. So why would they be your friend now? Obviously, there's a catch. Kind of like with the civil rights movement. Remember the civil rights movement back in the 50s and the 60s? And remember when black people thought, oh, we was going to get something, we was going to get that. Yeah, we gained a few extra freedoms, but we were never treated equal. That's why ain't it crazy how once these protests started, people wanted to riot and whatever, which again was planned. Notice that it wouldn't even be that many people protesting right now either if it wasn't for CV. Think about it. There's no sports events. There's no schools. You see, that's not a coincidence that this is happening during that time. This has all been planned to hit. There's videos on the internet already exposing this, and it's proven. I mean, it's proven facts and documents. I don't have to show you. Just take my word for it and go look for yourself. Just go look. You'll see it. It's some good stuff. See, I used to talk about this stuff all the time, but I just moved on to other things. I mean, I still pay attention to what goes on in the world. But like for example, on how they do black people wrong. This is the same media, right? Who will sit there and talk about black killings and black shootings in states that are barely any percentage of blacks. Just think about that. Why would the media do that? And then all of a sudden turn around and act like they friend. Because that doesn't make no sense. You know, just like in Chicago, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, let's talk about black shootings all day, but black people are like 12, 15% of the state. Does that make any sense? No. And not only are we a smaller percentage, a lot of black people don't even got money to buy guns. I mean, obviously, the other races are the ones who can afford guns and who actually have more guns. See, if you look at the protests and after all this, the funeral and all this stuff that happened, look what it's turning into. It's turning into, do we need police and this and that? See, they want to put military on your streets. This is what they want to do. You know, they want to control you. They look how bad life has been since March. That ain't on a coincidence. Over something that so-called came overseas and came over here and spread blah 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 blah. But even with their own fake numbers, because the numbers are fake, even with their own fake numbers, it's proven that it's not even as effective as a common cold. It's not. I mean, it's facts. You know, and it's strange how before the lockdown happened, oh, the numbers were all low, but then once everybody was forced to go in their homes, now all of a sudden they skyrocket. That doesn't make any sense. They're clearly lying to us. Notice how ever since this happened, notice that all the politicians and stuff are fine. I mean, they're rich. We the hard, honest working people. That's why they work so hard to control us. Like, because again, I heard them on the news earlier today. Oh, while everyone's mind is focused on this, like, see how much control they got over your mind? They can literally tell you in your face, everyone's attention is on this, and you believe it. People believe it. People need to start thinking for themselves, like what I've been doing. Stop believing the media. The media doesn't do nothing but use people. A lot of people, man, that's just what they do to make your life worse. Because if you notice, how in the world is CV supposed to be real, but then all of a sudden all these people coming out protesting and stuff? See, nothing makes sense. And notice how it's a focus on blacks. Just like when CV first came out, here they go. Mostly black people get it. See, it's bull. See, I mean, the facts are right out here. Because I don't want to make the video too long, because you know I could really go in real depth and detail, but just some stuff to think about. But let me tell you what's probably going to happen. Now I don't know if I'm going to leave this video up for long or not, because I don't want nothing really happening to this video. Now I might leave it up. It's seem kind of simple, but what they want to happen is that they want to get rid of police. They want to bring National Guard troops to your streets. They want to bring robots and drones to your streets to police you. They're already known for going through people's accounts and stuff, Facebook and all of that, and using devices to listen to people. All this stuff is real. And they want to have more control, because we are kind of like slaves. A lot of people may not know it, but it's true. If you're the honest working person, you're probably a slave, you know, barely making any money, barely getting by. But all these politicians and all these people who don't work as hard as you are way richer than you. See, a lot of these people who have a lot of money don't care about us. Why? Because they don't, like, they want us to get what they got. You know, people. I'm gonna put it like this: we live in a world where most people are fake, liars, and evil. Fake facts. We don't live in no good world yet. That's why we're going through what we're going through now, because more people need to wake up to the truth and wake up and become better people and focus on right and wrong and stop believing in that. Because it really doesn't make no sense, man. And then it happened right at the end, like I said, when it started lifting. And then look, notice all the buildings and stuff was getting attacked. And then notice that black people are the main ones that don't own anything. See, so just think about that. Look at the coincidence. You know, look at how it connects. Like, you got a group of people protesting about police and then breaking into buildings, but you don't own nothing. You know, we already know that most black people don't own crap when it comes to businesses and stuff. So now you can't go to Walmart, or now you can't go to the drug. Just like the pharmacies out here, the pharmacies are still closed. Something that's important. Stores that was important closed for no reason. This is all planned out, yeah. For real. But that's what they want to do. I mean, I heard them earlier, like, oh, we don't need police. We can police ourselves, coming from black folks. I'm like, how? When y'all don't are the poorest group, and y'all are the group of people who are not even the closest to being ready to defend yourselves. And it was sad because it was a lot of black women saying this, knowing darn well a lot of them don't have men. I'm sorry, but it's true. So again, where's your protection? What can you do against these other races who got more money and wealth and guns than you? You see what I'm saying? It's a setup for black people. Just like the civil rights movement. They made them believe you was going to be equal, but in reality, you are at the bottom of the food chain. And we're going to continue to be that way until we start getting our act together and learning the truth. Straight up. That's the only way we can change this, is if more of us start realizing we are being. See, because what the media is doing with the whole GF thing, you already know who I'm talking about. They just playing with your emotions. I'm like I said, black folks been dying in the streets all the time. So you think all of a sudden now they care? Like I said, this happened in Minnesota. So why is everybody tripping around the world? Again, it just show you how much power the media got, and how they can just make everybody do the same thing, and then everybody believe it. Because we live in a nation full of followers. It's the truth. We live in a nation full of followers who don't think, man, who are just not paying attention and seeing through what's really going on. I mean, because why? And they could probably say, oh, use this as an excuse to bring CV back and say, oh, it's spiked again, which they kind of are doing now in the states that wasn't hit as hard. Oh, these people protesters here, CV is back. This is just some bull, man. Then they got the nerve to sit here and make people think that those masks really protect them. What a joke. What a joke. A little $2 mask is supposed to protect you from a so-called deadly virus. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. But I'm be working on some other content. I don't know. See, this video got long because it's so deep, man. But I guess I'm just gonna talk about it like that and move on to some other stuff, because we got more work to do out here in these streets with these young videos. So I hope y'all enjoy. Like, comment. If you got some stuff to say, leave it at the bottom. Again, sorry I didn't go further or more detail, but I try to make it as simple as possible. I try to, and I am kind of doing this on the fly. So I'll holler at y'all later. Peace out.